the Aryans are Hebrews. But the primary thing to focus on now is the Bible passage. So a few more things. I'm going to give you some websites. Really good website, Phoenicia.org. That's PHOENICIA.org. Really thorough, in-depth information. Of course, use your common sense. Filter what you read through good historical research. Let me tell you, on that website, there's already a lot of good historical research. Lots of it. And I think it's something like the Institute for Phoenician History, something like that. So it's a cool website. By the way, none of the material I'm going to, and there, if I get the chance, there are 3 other websites I want to present. One is called SpainThenAndNow.com. Another one, www.andalusia.com. Discussing those websites. Who knows? So let's get into how to figure out the true Sabbath day, new moon, and the Sabbath. That goes into explaining it. Let us begin, shall we? So as a preamble to the ships of Tarshish topic, I'll be reading from those first 3 passages. First is Genesis chapter 49, verses 22 through 26. This is important to remember, and I may not make the connections right away for you, but please remember this. The connections should come later on in the message. Genesis 22 through 26. It reads this. Joseph is a fruitful bough, even a fruitful bough by a well, whose branches run over the wall. The archers have sorely grieved him, shot at him, but his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Even by the God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with the blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the breasts and of the womb. The blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. I want you to remember this phrase. It's in verse 25. Blessings of the deep that lieth under. There are many different things in the world that are blessings of the deep that lieth under. But amongst those things are what? What's deep in the world? What's deeper than the ocean? Nothing is deeper than the ocean. Well, except the love of the Most High. But the ocean is the deepest substance that there is in the world. So Joseph gets blessings of the ocean. What else is deep in the world? Oh, I know. Mines. Mines. Gold mines, silver mines, copper mines, diamond mines, mines of all sorts of wonderful minerals, even salt mines. Did you know there are salt mines in the mountains of Europe and the Himalayas? Yes, indeed. Mines are blessings of the deep that lieth under. The next passage, Deuteronomy 33, verses 13 through 17. It is my who receive these blessings. You don't see any black men sailing around the ocean, sailing the seas. You don't see tribes of Judah doing that. You don't see the tribe of Issachar doing that. You don't see the tribe of Issachar scuba diving and digging for gold and whatnot. Who do you see doing those things historically? My people. Deuteronomy chapter 33. That is why I'm doing my Who is Joseph series on my YouTube channel, #1 Robin Song. 1 ROBINSONG. I'm only about to post part 4, but the purpose of who you explain in depth these things about Joseph. Deuteronomy 33, verses 13 through 17. Here we go. We're going to read this. And of Joseph, he said, Blessed of the Lord be his land, for the precious things of heaven, for the deep that coucheth beneath. Remember, we talked about that in the last passage. Things of the deep that lieth under. This says, the precious things of heaven and the dew, for the deep that coucheth beneath. So deep that lies underneath other stuff, right? Again, the deep, the ocean is the deep. And for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon, and for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and for the precious things of the concealed hills. I know it says lasting, but I believe a better translation is concealed. If you look up that word in your Strong's Concordance, you'll find that rather than lasting, a more appropriate translation would be concealed hills. And for the precious things of the earth and fullness thereof, and for the good will of him that dwelt in the bush, let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head that was separated from his brethren. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth, and they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. The main thing I want to extract from this passage at this point in time, there's so much I want to talk about with this passage, but the only thing I'm going to say at this moment is Joseph gets a lot of glory. He gets a lot of precious things, and he gets a lot of glory. Right there, Deuteronomy 33. The next passage I want to read, Isaiah 28, verses 1 through 6. I am from the tribe of Joseph, namely Joseph's second-born son, the most blessed of them all, Ephraim. I am a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Ephraim. All my life I thought I was a Gentile. Only last year the Lord showed me, actually, I am of the seed of Ephraim. I was blown away, and I still am. I can't believe I get the awesome privilege of being named of the name of Joseph. It's just amazing to me. I still can't believe it. It's like, it's amazing. The only thing better than that is the Christ, which I belonged to Christ since I was 12. I never thought I could be more blessed, but here he goes and tells me, oh, you're Joseph. Wow, another blessing. Okay, here we go. Isaiah chapter 28. I'm going to read about my tribe, Ephraim. These are some curses that the Lord put on my tribe, the tribe of Ephraim. And I want to ask you to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that white people don't have these traits. If you just look at how we are in the world, okay? This is the curses that the Most High put on Ephraim. Woe to the crown of pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose glorious beauty is a fading flower, which are on the head of the fat valleys, of them that are overcome with wine. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. That passage is so important to the ships of Tarshish, you cannot believe it. I'm going to repeat it. This is what happens to the ships of Tarshish. I'm going to read other verses, other passages. When I read them, keep this one in mind. I will repeat it. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and a strong one, which as a tempest of hail. What's a tempest? A huge storm. I think of the movie The Perfect Storm. If you ever saw the movie The Perfect Storm, it was popular when it came out. It's a mind blower how these fishermen went through this storm. It's just the story of what these fishermen went through in the movie has been repeated so many times throughout history. And who is it? It's my people, white people. Fishermen, sailors, and what have you. Which is a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters, overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. Verse 3, the crown of pride. The crown of pride. The drunkards of Ephraim. The drunkards of Ephraim shall be trodden under feet, and the glorious beauty which is on the head of the fat valley shall be a fading flower. Drunkards of Ephraim. The drunkards of Ephraim shall be trodden under feet, and the glorious beauty which is on the head of the fat valley shall be a fading flower. They become just decrepit looking. They have to get their nose job in their 50s, you know. Shall be a fading flower, and before the summer, which when he that looketh upon it seeth, while it is yet in the hand, he eateth it up. In that day shall the Lord of hosts be for a crown of glory, and for a diadem of beauty unto the residue of his people. So in the last days, the real beauty for the residue of his people, the remnant, is going to be coming from the Lord, not from themselves, but from the Lord Most High. And for a spirit of judgment to him that sitteth in judgment, and for a strength to them that turn the battle to the gate. Ooh, that's such a cool passage, which I want to study later, because I just feel like I need to study verse 6 on my own. Okay, so the beauty of Ephraim, the Lord talks about that beauty. My people are a beautiful people. I think of that shampoo commercial. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. We all remember the commercial, right? This woman who's like a million times more beautiful than me. She has her shining hair and it just swings around. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Well, she's a white lady, right? Okay, with this pride of our beauty, our vanity, the Bible talks about how Ephraim is just has so much vanity. And he says, you know what? Ephraim's beauty is a quickly fading flower. Okay? Yeah, we're beautiful. We're a beautiful people. But you know what? It fades. It fades fast. And our vanity is so great that, look at Elizabeth Taylor. I mean, so much plastic surgery. Look at Dolly. How old is she now? I have no idea. But she's got a new movie out right now with Queen Latifah. I can't remember what it's called right now. And in the movie, they even make fun of how much plastic surgery Dolly Parton's had. She looks really different now after that plastic surgery, just always trying to keep that youthful look. Oh, she is definitely not youthful anymore. I still love her. I still love Dolly Parton because I grew up as a youngster in the ranching lands of rural America listening to her music. But I am totally getting off topic. I'm sorry. So yes, the beauty of Ephraim. Ephraim is who? Ephraim is a son of Joseph, the most numerous tribe in all Israel, the most blessed tribe in all Israel. If you want proof on that, look at Genesis chapter 48. Where Jacob gives his blessings to Joseph's two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. But the one that gets the most blessings is Ephraim. Even though Manasseh is the firstborn, Ephraim gets the most blessings. A multitude of nations, I mean, so are the tribe of Ephraim. You wouldn't believe me if I told you all of who they are. That's another reason why I'm doing the Who is Joseph series, to explain that. Stay tuned on my YouTube channel. But we are beautiful, but we are drunkards. I mean, come on, we've all seen drunk dudes who on the street corner, homeless drunk dudes. Who are they? They're white guys, right? Drunkards. The big frat parties in the university system, white kids who are drunkards. Yep. I mean, what are the Irish known for? The Irish are known for their drunkenness, right? Okay, yes, that's my tribe.